John Lee Hooker, probably the greatest guy I ever met in my life. Certainly the wisest man I ever met. John Lee, I used to tell John Lee Hooker, you are the epitome of the American success story, John. You may not know it, but running away from home from Mississippi and leaving the prejudice of the South and going to Memphis, and they came and got him, found him, brought him back home. Ran away again. This time he went up to Detroit. He went farther away. He couldn't find him that time. Stayed in Detroit, cut Boogie Chillin in 1948, one of the all-time great songs that influenced all of rock and roll. John had such great stories, you know. He had stories galore about his travels. You think, I have stories. John Lee Hooker would tell me stories like, I spent 4 years on the road with John, and after producing 4 records with him in the studio, we got to be very close. And I treasure those moments with John. He's really a great man, had a great influence on a lot of artists, more than you may know. He would tell me stories like, let's see, one time back in like 1958, boy, we were in like, I forget what it was like Toledo, Ohio or somewhere. They booked him into a club, got his full band back there, all the old guys, Eddie Taylor and all those guys. And they get to the club and there's nobody there. He says, what's going on? The club owner says, oh, it's a special deal tonight, Mr. Hooker. Just go ahead and set up. John gets on stage, nobody in the club. There's one table in the middle of the floor. Starts a set. In the middle of the second song, Elvis Presley walks out with his entourage of people. He'd rented the club for the night just to hear John Lee Hooker. It's true. Stories like that, it sounds unbelievable, but it's true. You know? One of Elvis's favorite singers was John Lee Hooker. Another great story about John was he's in Los Angeles doing a gig in the early '60s, and he gets a phone call from none other than Sammy Davis Jr. He says, John Lee Hooker, is John Lee Hooker? Yeah, well, you're in town tonight. We're having a little get-together out in Malibu. We'd like to hear a real blues singer tonight. They sent a limo. John goes out to Malibu, and it's the Rat Pack. And all they wanted to do was sit down and listen to John Lee Hooker play the blues. Of course, all John could remember was that he met Jane Mansfield that night. That's all. I wrote this song when I was on the road with John. My first year with John, I found myself down in Mississippi for the first time. John hadn't been back there in many a year, and it was quite a homecoming. He was like a native son, obviously, one of the greats. And we played a festival called the Delta Blues Festival right outside of Greenville. And I had to write a song about it. This is called Down in Mississippi with Legends of the Blues. True story. I'm going to dedicate this to John Lee Hooker. Let's hear it for John Lee Hooker. Come on. John played a gig 4 days before he passed away. Went home, watched the ball game, died in his sleep. You gotta get in a Delta kind of mood.
Down in Mississippi, back in 1982, I went down there with the boogeyman just to play the blues. Greenville, Mississippi, straight from Memphis, Tennessee. Playing in the cotton fields was such a sight to see. When I was young, how was I to know? Someday people that it would be so. I'd be down in Mississippi, nothing else to do, playing in the cotton field with legends of the blue. And with Sam Chop and Sam Mize, Pops and Mavis too, Albert King and Bobby Blue Bland all blowing the blue. John Lee Hooker hit the stage, out of control people. One of Mississippi's favorite sons was back at home once more. When I was young, how was I to know? Someday people that it would be so. Be down in Mississippi, nothing else to do, playing in the cotton field with legends of the blue. Some things you'll never know.